Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so today we have a fun little pick a card reading here, and so I'm filming this towards at like the end of August, which means we only have about 4 months left in the year of 2019. Can you guys believe it? I definitely can. It's absolutely crazy how fast time has been going by, and so I thought it'd be fun and interesting to pull some cards, a bunch of different oracle cards, a little bit of the tarot, to see what else might be in store for the rest of this 2019. And so generally that is what I was pulling for all the cards, is what do you need to know for the rest of this 2019, minus of course this card on top. This is from the Healing Yourself oracle cards, and specifically with those cards it was about what it is that hopefully by the end of 2019 you all have healed completely, and what currently you are working on healing. And so with that said, let's go ahead and introduce the different piles that we have here. So pile 1 is with the Sodalite stone. Pile 2 is with the blue Chalcedony or Chalcedony. Pile 3 is with this Aquamarine stone. And then for pile 4, we have the blue Calcite. And so definitely go ahead and take your time, meditate, use a pendulum if need be, use your own body as a pendulum to really select the pile or piles, if there's more than one pile calling to you, that really is resonating and will help to give you insight into what the rest of 2019 will have in store for you. So let's go ahead and jump into this. All right, for those who picked group 1 with the Sodalite stone, let's go ahead and dive into what your cards are. So I have no idea what these cards are, but let's go ahead and see what we got. For the tarot, first and foremost, we have the Empress. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 10 of Wands, and then we have the Moon card. Wow, guys, so this is really interesting. So just looking off the tarot, we have, of course, 2 major arcanas, and so those are definitely going to be the highlighted energies for you for the rest of 2019. And it's really all about, I feel like, removing illusions, really getting a clear insight about who you truly are and embracing your feminine side, your Empress energy, being connected to nature, really having and owning your own power. This definitely is suggesting that you guys could definitely have a sort of birth of an idea, birth of a child, a lot of abundance, a lot of growth happening here. And I feel like it's all being sort of facilitated by, this element of the moon. And then of course we have the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. And so with the 7 of Swords, it's really this question about, what is your role in this situation with the 7 of Swords? Because either you are trying to steal away with something, or maybe you're trying to sneak into somewhere else, kind of like in this image. And so, it's all about sort of secrets with the 7 of Swords, trying to maybe escape certain responsibilities. And, I could definitely see that being the case maybe, because we also have the 10 of Wands, which is all about responsibilities, in that, taking on too many responsibilities, almost, trying to do all the work yourself, when really it's like there are people probably around you that you can rely on to sort of shoulder some of these heavier burdens. And so let's see, what else do we need to know about these cards? So with the 7 of Swords, it could definitely be, a warning to be alert for the rest of 2019. Whatever situation you're in the midst of may be more complicated than it appears to be, and it might be hard to know who to trust. If something seems off, you should probably listen to your instincts. On the other hand, don't jump to conclusions. There may be perfectly reasonable explanation for that guy walking off with all your jewelry. Maybe he's just taking it out to be cleaned. So yeah, it's definitely a call. I definitely feel like here with these 3 cards, it's all about, who is it that you can truly trust, especially with sort of that moon. The moon is going to be, it can be very beneficial because it's going to reveal, the truth of the situation, what is really going on here. You know, it can definitely relate to this of feeling uncertain about certain things, you know, being restless, being torn between two different paths, possibly not knowing, you know, where to move on. And really it comes down to following your intuition. I feel like, you know, choosing how it is you appear to the world. You know, are you sort of hiding too much of who you truly are? Are you taking on too much because you're trying to hold up to certain people's ideals and expectations of you? And really, it's like it's a call here to really embrace who you truly are and really be in your own power, do your own thing, not worry so much about what other people may be thinking. You know, this is all about flux and change and, you know, the secrets being revealed in that way. So I feel like there's some situation here that will become clearer for the rest of 2019 where finally, you know, whatever this situation represents for you, something about it will become apparent. You'll release some of the, I feel like, burdens of that situation and really come into your own energy. So let's go ahead now and also check out some of the other cards we pulled to get more clarity on this. And so we have card 10, Discernment, the waning gibbous moon. And so obviously with something like discernment and then the rest of these cards, it's like it's so heavy on this element of truth, understanding what's really going on. And so for you guys, it's definitely all about having discernment about whatever this situation is representing, or maybe this person, you know, that you're dealing with in 2009 for the rest of 2009. So take care in your choices now. Look carefully and judge wisely. There may have been something difficult to see, something that has been obscured, but now it's been revealed to you. Examine it closely. So yeah, exactly. You know, the companion stone for this card is yellow jasper, so that might be useful to you. So yeah, I definitely feel like there's something you're trying to get an answer on, you know, here at some point, and you know, your guides, the universe is asking you to be discerning about it. You know, don't make any rash decisions. Hold back and sort of wait and see what is going to occur. And so for the crystal that might be useful for you to use for the rest of this 2019, we have sapphire. So who needs it? Students of ancient wisdom. Where to put it? Right on your middle finger, the finger of Saturn, Sapphire's associated planet. When to use it? When resentments are doing more damage to you than those you're holding them against. Enlist sapphire to call forth the old soul that resides within, i.e. the wisest part of you who couldn't possibly care less about what anybody else thinks of you. Exactly. Find a tranquil place. And wasn't that what I was saying? You know, I feel like you're going to get over whatever this is, and you're not going to care so much about what maybe other people are thinking or what expectations other people have for you, and just doing your own thing finally, because you realize you have that discernment. You go inwards and, you know, possibly working with the moon cycles and really find out who you truly are inside. Don't be sort of pacifying yourself or dimming your light just because to appease, you know, other people around you. Now we also have card 22, Stardust. Let's see. Stardust Angel, yes. And this is in reverse. So let's go ahead and see what this card is. I just can't get my words right today. Is talking about, because I have never actually pulled this card reversed, I don't think. So, oh my God, it totally lines up with everything else. Literally. So, with this card in particular, reverse, it talks about look for guidance within. Lately, it seems everyone has something to say, some words of caution or a piece of advice. Soaring through so many opinions can be a daunting task, and one that is not really necessary. Exactly. You have a great intuition and a solid set of principles, so you need only look inward to make a decision that is right for you. Exactly. Claiming your power, claim your own wisdom. Also with the moon card, you know, this is very much a Piscean energy. And so, yeah, that's what kind of like the 10 of Wands. Maybe that's what the burden is. It's like you're trying to again, there was the mention of trying to pick between two different roads. So maybe you're trying to make a decision in something lately, maybe in these last 4 months. And so everybody else around you, it's like you're going to them, you're asking for opinions and advice, and they're giving you all these different ideas that are completely pushing you in different directions. I mean, look at both these images. They're like overburdened with things in their arms, and yet it's like their focus is on something else truly. It's like, again, I feel like there's something here that you truly want to grasp onto, and you know what it is, but again, you're getting caught up and distracted by everybody else's, again, opinions, suggestions, whatever it may be. And so the next card we have is card 47, Unicorn Visions. A comforting presence is on the way. So definitely, I feel like with this card in particular, that you will have something happen, again, within these next 4 months. Somebody or something, some sort of guidance is going to come forth to you and really going to help you in understanding, just allowing you to be kind of you, and being supportive, but still giving you the freedom to not sort of overbear you with their own opinion. So yeah, it's not childish to want to be consoled and nurtured. Eating comfort foods might be what your body wants right now to fend off illness, or perhaps you just need a curl up in a warm blanket and unwind. Your well-being is important. The unicorn is a reminder to look for the magic in your life. Visualize a world of enchantment, not bound by three-dimensional limitations of the mundane world. The unicorn is galloping out of the fairy mound with a host of fey creatures to delight you. Remember to have imagination as you create your reality. New concepts and ideas don't have to fit the current paradigm. Like children, the unicorn represents purity and grace. Exactly. Again, it goes back to this whole entire situation of you just needing to embrace your own creativity and take care of yourself. Nurture yourself more, because maybe you're spending too much time nurturing other people around you. And while, you have that kind, loving nature about you, sometimes you need to turn that in on yourself. And maybe, this is a call to do more of that for yourself, or maybe somebody else or some situation is going to come in and kind of, push you in that direction. Okay. And so funny enough, the next card we have is card 41, Be in Service. And so, yeah, I feel like that is something that you guys do pretty well already, from what I can tell from your cards here, is that you do care a lot about helping other people, being, giving back to the world. When we give in equal proportion to what we receive, we are able to maintain balance. So that's what maybe this is about. Maybe you're giving too much and you're not receiving enough in return. So you need to kind of return back to a certain balance here. There are many people who are in need of your service. Being in service can be as simple as a kind word, holding a door open, or joining in a cleanup effort. Look to nature and its ability to support according to what is needed at that time. Your efforts in supporting others around you will help to create the energy needed to support humanity. So I feel like that is something you guys already do, but the emphasis here, I think, is to return on balance and make sure that you are receiving as much as you're giving, and that includes to yourself. That's definitely what I'm getting off that card. So let's go ahead and see what the next one is. And we have Snake, Shed Old Skin. So yeah, this is all about, again, releasing the things that are no longer serving you, old ways, old modes of thinking, certain beliefs in that way, and just finally shedding them completely off. Cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. So yes, it's all about becoming the authentic you. And that means, you don't have to feel guilty because you do that. Because again, I feel like you're a group here who care a lot about, what the people around you are going through, how they're feeling, and again, their opinions. And that's, again, it's a double-edged sword, because while you want to sort of, kind of like people pleasing, you have to go back to, you can only give as much as you give to yourself. So again, if you're not treating yourself well, then you're not going to be able to help other people around you to the best of your abilities in that way. It's all about an energy of renewal. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all the self-limiting beliefs that you have accumulated along the way, again, accumulated all along the way. Yeah, it's all about dropping those down and just coming to this point of renewal, rebirth here with the Empress energy, and the moon is going to help with that. And next up we have Watchtower of the South, summer. So again, we're nearing the end of summer. So that might be important, or maybe this is referencing, this coming summer next year. So let's go ahead and get more specific on this. So yes, calling upon the guardian keepers of the South, the season of summer brings you love as it works in conjunction with the element of fire. So by visiting the Watchtower of the South, you are being assisted in awakening your Kundalini energy through lust, attraction, and desire. Strength and power fuels the motivating life force energy that ignites your inner fire. The South will accompany you as you walk your path with vitality and vigor. Connect with the mother aspect of the triple goddess and the father god who brings everything you've worked so hard for. Your work is done. It's time to have fun and enjoy the abundance that summer bestows upon you. The color red represents the element of fire and should be used in accordance with your magical workings at the time of noon. Summer breathes renewed, see there's that emphasis on renewal here, passion with your associations with the card that flanks this one. So this is all about romance, of passion, really seeing the fruits of your labor. You've been working really hard, and now it's in time to, enjoy the work that you've put in. It's all about abundance with that. So I feel like definitely, if you're watching this video right now, this is definitely a huge call for the rest of this summer. If you haven't been doing something fun, if you haven't been enjoying yourself, you've been working too hard, it's time to take a little break and just, pamper yourself. Whatever that may represent for you, definitely do that here in the summer, or what's left of this summer season. And finally, we have the second to last card with ground and center. Exactly. This is earth energy. It's all about getting back into the earth. Get grounded with yourself. Don't worry again so much about what else is going on around you. So let's see. So yes, with the ground center, the world is full of distractions that pull us in a million different directions. Sometimes we just need to stop and ground, centering ourselves so that we can stand strong and rooted no matter what we face. Grounding is a good preparation for magical work, but it also helps us if we are facing any challenging situations or even just getting ready to leave the house and deal with daily life. This is all about doing something that grounds you, whether that's yoga or meditation or just going outside and being underneath a tree, breathing, really connecting with the earth below you. If you've been feeling scattered or frantic in any way, which I definitely see that here, it's all about getting back and trying to get that calmness, that grounding, that centering. Hold any sort of crystals that help to ground you, in front of your core or near your belly button. Feel the strength of the earth element that formed it and take the strength into yourself, starting with your core and moving down through your feet to connect to the ground below. Close your eyes and visualize yourself sending roots down into the ground. So yeah, there's a lot of that kind of coming up for your spread here. It's all about kind of visualization along with, of course, the grounding. And so I feel like you guys have a very strong imagination, and so you've been too distracted by other things that you haven't been able to connect with that element. And that's a big part of the moon element here, is that the kind of dreamy illusions coming through. So I feel like for a lot of you, you need to kind of connect back with that energy because it's, a part of who you are. And finally, for your healing card, as I mentioned earlier on, we have card 30, courage. Exactly. Having courage is not only just courage to sort of stand up for your beliefs or what it is you're doing, but it's also courage for yourself to, take care of yourself more. That's the big message I'm getting here. So let's see. Courage requires you to be fearless, to fearlessly stride ahead despite the challenges you are experiencing. Exactly. I mean, I feel like you guys do that, but it's a part of, maybe you can lighten your load so that you can travel a lot faster. Whether you're afraid of success or failure, you cannot stay where you are. You need to make a decision and move forward with belief, trust, and boldness. Give it your all, no matter the outcome. Despite what you've been telling yourself, you are ready for a new adventure and another chance to prove that you have what it takes to face life's challenges. Stop investing in limitations, lack, and dysfunction. Every blessing has a challenge, and every challenge contains a blessing. You are ready to explore both. Whilst there may be difficult moments ahead, keep positive and believe that everything is going to work out for your absolute best. You're being asked to gather the courage to be who you truly are and stand strong for your convictions. Exactly. It goes back to you needing to stand strong, be who you truly are. And again, there's blessings in the challenges and challenges with blessings inside of them. What else did this card say that really stood out to me? Stop investing in limitations, lack, and dysfunction. So I feel like that's kind of what is being represented in these two cards. Like with those things, holding in their arms. I feel like that is sort of the limitations, the negative thoughts, the, certain beliefs that you're just holding on so much because you think you still need them, but really you don't, because now you're moving into a new phase, a new rebirth in that sense. So that's definitely what I'm seeing off your cards here. So for the rest of your 2019, it's all about really claiming who you truly are on your authentic level, having more fun, having more enjoyment with things, not, taking care of yourself more, doing more self-care, trust in your own inner guidance here. And the best way to do that is, get quiet, get grounded in your own space, and that will help you to listen, have that discernment. And, lighten your load a little bit, whether that is just mental things like inside your mind with that 7 of Swords, release those things. If it's actual physical burdens, certain responsibilities that, that, other people can, shoulder. Because I see some, especially with this moon element, we see this black cat, and when it looks down in the water, we see like a jaguar, an even more powerful sort of beast within the smaller one. And I definitely feel like that is part of, your message of courage. There's somebody inside you who just is wanting to get out, who's so strong, so passionate, so vibrant with life. And, there's a sense here of a blockage, of like kind of holding that back when really you need to just kind of dive into and embrace it. So yes, those are the messages that I'm seeing for you guys. If this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Please do feel free to check out all of my links down below, especially if you would like to help supporting the channel and its growth and all of that good stuff. And so I will go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Have a beautiful day. All right, for those of you who picked group 2 with the blue Chalcedony, however you want to pronounce it, let's go ahead and see what your cards are for, what could be happening for the rest of this 2019. And so we have the 8 of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess, we have the 6 of Swords, and we have the Sun. Oh my God, guys, this is fantastic. So what I'm seeing for the rest of your 2019, these last 4 months, you're definitely moving away from things that are no longer serving you, a certain situation that just is not worth the trouble anymore, the fight, and finally releasing it and, moving on and continuing on with your own journey here. Because I definitely see a lot of work being put in, with this 8 of Pentacles and the High Priestess, you're learning a lot about something, about your craft. And so, follow your intuition, trust in what it's saying to you, especially if it's telling you to move away from whatever, negative or not situations that are no longer serving you on your path. definitely do it. Move away. I'm also noticing that full moon might be an important time for you. With the High Priestess, we see all these books. We see the tarot, we see the runes, those might be significant for you. Same over here with the Eight of Pentacles, really working on your craft. Understanding there's so much more for you to learn, and you're going to go out and do it, and it's going to make you feel so fulfilled. With the Sun card, this is nothing but joy, happiness, abundance, success, really just being yourself. We also see, with this particular image, it's like the threefold with, why am I blanking? The maiden, the mother, the crone sort of element. So something coming full circle. We have both the element of the moon and the sun here. So balance. I definitely feel it. And it's all tied to, just focusing on you and doing your own work at this time. Really listen to your intuition. You could be maybe working on your own business. Maybe you're finally pursuing that. You're maybe, moving away from a job that no longer is serving you to do your own work, to do your own business stuff. So yeah, it definitely seems like a really good time. I definitely see positivity here. A lot of possibility with the sun coming through. And that is, you have also two major arcanas with the High Priestess and the Sun. So let's go ahead and see what else we got. Oh my god. So I did not look at any of these cards before doing this video. This is the first time I'm seeing them. And I was pointing out that full moon. I was like, yeah, the full moon. It's just coming out to me so much. And your next card is literally card 16, full moon, which is all about power. So yes, I definitely feel like for the rest of this 2019, it's like, you guys are going to be in your power. You're going to finally be embracing that energy and just going with it. It's working with the full moon. The full moon is like your time to really embrace your power. So step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be brought on. So, the companion stone here is moonstone. So yes, I feel like, again, think big. If there's some big, grand goal that you have in mind that you want to pursue, just do it. Follow your intuition. Again, I'm getting that sense of maybe those who pick this group are wanting to really work for themselves and start their own business. And so I definitely feel like if that is what you've been feeling called to do it, because it's going to lead to so much more happiness and fulfillment for you. And again, pay attention to the moon cycles, especially the full moon. Embrace your true power. So for the crystal that might be useful for you guys to use for the rest of this 2019, we have Epodite. So who needs it? Anyone putting in the work on their self. Exactly. That is what you guys are totally doing. Where to put it? Stashed away with your existential to-do list. When to use it? When you're looking to kick a bad habit, a bad friend, or a bad mood. When you want to cast a spotlight on your weaknesses so you can work on them. Exactly. Upgrade your version of you. This is what this is all about. It's all about upgrade for you guys. You're upgrading yourself. You're working on your things, you're releasing things or people or situations that are no longer serving you, even your own weaknesses. You're going to pay attention to those and you're going to work on them because you're not afraid of that. I definitely get no sense of fear, of worry in that sense from this group. So let's go ahead and see what the next card is. And we have card 30, Mermaid with Butterflies. So let's go ahead and see what this card, again, I'm getting the sense of transformation here with the butterflies, growth, prosperity. And so let's see. Yeah. So the divination message of this card is rise above your circumstances. It's time to rise above your current circumstances. You have been content with lesser and corrupted things for too long. Look inside your most inner self and realize that you are not happy with aspects of your situation. Deep down, you realize that you are better than your circumstances. Perhaps your circle of friends is pulling you down or in a bad direction. Perhaps your work is beneath your skills, abilities, and aspirations, exactly. But you're having trouble breaking free. It could be your home life, your significant other, your neighborhood, or your domicile itself. It's not up to your standards. However, just like the butterfly mermaid, you have seen a path to peace and purity. Shake off the corrupted acquaintances and the duties that are beneath you. Aspire for more, spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually. Take inspiration from the noble butterfly. Take wing and rise above. Again, it's all about claiming your power, working on yourself, doing your own craft. And similarly, it's like there's kind of a similar vibe to group 1 here, but for you guys, I feel like you're kind of a step ahead from their process that they're going through, and you're like really going to be reclaiming your power hardcore. And so next up we have card 23. Nothing is absolute. Change is the only constant. And that's what we were talking about with this mermaid card. Exactly. Change is the only constant. It's like what you can always rely on. It's like things can always change. If you don't like your current circumstances, then realize that they're going to change because it cannot stay constant. Don't believe everything you hear or read. As they say, nothing is carved in stone. Feeling helpless and giving in to negative outcomes will not help alter the situation. Exactly. Really do not buy in to the negative thoughts, the negative things that are being said, certain beliefs. It's like things can always change. You can always change your fate and make things different. And then we have card 3, celebrate differences. Again, I feel like that's just all about embracing what makes you different, what makes you unique. And again, I always sort of connect this to embracing your inner child because I always pick up on that baby inside this nautilus shell. And so, embrace all those aspects and also, honor and embrace them in other people. You understand that everything in life comes with an opposite, even within yourself. You have a polarity, male, female, high, low, good, bad, dark, and light. It is our differences that make us unique. We all come from the same collective, and we all have the light of the inner soul. The more we learn and grow in our thoughts and attitudes, the more understanding and compassion can develop within our lives. Take a moment to appreciate an individual for the qualities that they are sharing with you and find what learning can be gained from the situation. Exactly. It's all about learning from the experiences you've had, from the people that have been in your life, and understanding like if there's differences, what are the differences? What are the similarities? What are you seeing kind of mirrored in other people around you? And again, that kind of can lead back to what your weaknesses may be. If there's certain situations or certain people around you that you don't particularly like, question, why is it these people were in your life to begin with? What in them mirrors something in you that you deep down inside want to change and put the work in to change it? Oh my God. And next up we have the Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. Again, this is very Archangel Raphael here. And so, again, this is sort of your guardian for the rest of this 2019. And so, listen to what is coming up within you, High Priestess energy, and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to healing information. You are being exposed to information and insights that will have a dramatic healing effect upon your life. Very much dramatic, especially with that sun element. If you're working through something mentally or emotionally, know that there are spiritual energies supporting your healing. If you're working through something that is physically challenging, pay particular attention to information that is coming to you that feels inspired, insightful, and warm. That sun energy right there. It will be supportive for your wellness. Your angels are here to remind you that your natural state is one of wholeness, and you're on the road to revealing that wholeness once more. Exactly. So I definitely feel like listen to your intuition, be very mindful of what your body is telling you, especially, be aware if you're feeling sort of icky about something, or maybe your health, maybe you've been neglecting certain aspects of your health. It's time to get back on track and work on those elements. So let's go ahead and see what's next. And we have, oh my God, we got the scrying mirror, shadow. So this is all about your shadow self, working with your shadow, understanding what it wants to tell you, what it is trying to tell you. Again, it goes back to sort of what are your weaknesses, and really coming to a point where you can, face them head on and embrace, integrate your shadow self so that you can be whole and balanced. Yeah, through the scrying mirror lives a power, look at that, a power that you've been avoiding. Focusing only on the qualities of light can only serve half of who you are. There's no point in denying the part of you that is refusing to see when the shadow shows up. Again, that goes back to celebrating differences. It's all about integrating that shadow self. It's part of this transformation, about moving forward. Look again and face your shadow side. There's nothing to fear, for this is part of who you are. The light cannot exist without the dark, and when recognized, completes the duality of light and dark, goddess and god within you. Once acknowledged and accepted, get to know your shadow side. Learn its ways and its vulnerabilities, again, recognizing your weaknesses. Until you recognize and understand this alternative power that resides in you, it takes great skill to observe it, and to know when and what to take from it. When the situation arises, shadow cannot exist without the light, and from the shadows come the light. By knowing yourself fully in this way, you strengthen your energy and increase your personal power. Yeah, you're only using half of your true potential. Understand the importance of duality in all you do. Knowing yourself fully will enhance your magical work. Something is being hidden from you. Open your eyes. So again, I feel like you guys are very close to that now. I feel like you've been putting in the work and it's all finally coming together. You're understanding your duality, and you're going to be embracing your power and moving out of that. So next up, we have the sun and the stars. Look at that. And we have the sun card and we have the moon appearing here. It's all coming together, guys. So yes. So with this sun and stars card, this is the element of fire. Your creativity, your passion. Fire is one of the easiest of the elements to tune into. Wasn't there something else here that I was reading that was talking about fire? Was it the sun or was it I feel like that I brought that up before. I can't quite remember now. But anyway, it's one of the easiest of the elements to tune into, not just because you can simply light a candle, although there is that, but also because fire exists all around us all the time. After all, the sun is at its heart a big ball of fire. So are the stars, although they are so distant we can't feel their warmth. So don't worry if you don't have a space for a bonfire or the time to sit and watch a candle burn. Simply turn your face to the sun or look up at the stars and remember that the element of fire is more places than you think. This is all about connecting to your inner fire of the fire element, whether you're doing that through, again, candle work, just stepping out and, sunbathing. Expand the way you connect to the elements, in this case, fire. What symbols represent that to you? It's all about connecting to that. It's all about connecting to your divine inspiration and, again, your power. And finally, we have the healing card for you guys, and it is procrastination, card 8. And look, we have the 8 of Pentacles. You're no longer procrastinating about the work you need to put in. I feel like that is what you're working on for this last bit of 2019, and you'll finally sort of get over this by the end of it. And so let's get more specific with this card. So yeah, you need to change your tune and stop putting things off to tomorrow that you can do today. You are being called to action. There have been important tasks that you have delayed, even if it is something that you don't want to do, like cleaning the house, paying the bills, looking for a job, losing weight, again, working out, healing yourself, studying, etc., doing your taxes. Now is the time to take responsibility and move forward. Exactly. Though the point of power is always in the present. This card is showing you that there is an urgency for you to take action. If you're putting off something that is meaningful to you and doubting whether you can do it, the message is to have courage, to face your fears and do what you love. What is the worst thing that can happen? You make a mistake. Even if you do, you will learn from it. Exactly. So again, I feel like for some of you who picked this pile, if you weren't also attracted to pile 1, it might be useful for you to also watch pile 1, just because, this card is bringing up courage, and that's kind of connected to also something I said for pile 1. So just to throw that out there. But again, this is all about, you guys taking responsibility and finally putting in the work. Get back onto practice. You know, if you need more schooling, then go back and do more schooling. If you're looking for a job, if you want to change your current circumstances, then do it. Stop thinking about it and just put in the action to do it, because you're going to be so much more happy when you do, because you have the Sun card. You can have all the fulfillment, all the joy, all the celebration, victory you want if you just put in the work. Because I feel like you guys are a group who have fantastic ideas and they're totally achievable. It's just you needing to finally sort of get up and do the movement, claim the power, and do the action. You know, again, nothing is absolute. Change is the only constant. So even if you're worried about making a certain decision of going in a certain direction, don't worry about it, because again, you can always change your mind. You can always change what you're doing. It's not set in stone. Even if you make that decision, there's always a point where you can change it. And again, I feel like for you guys, it's so important to work with your shadow self. Understand your weaknesses, your strengths, and, you know, put in the work, do the healing, you know, be open and, you know, to that healing information. Celebrate your differences, that duality within you. You know, connect to that element of fire, because it will help you. Again, we're seeing a lot of that coming up. So again, no more procrastination. That is definitely what you're working on, what you should be working on for the rest of this 2019. So if you have an idea, you have a plan about something you've been thinking about doing, that you've been wanting to put work into, just do it now, because it's going to lead to so many beautiful transformations for you. So yes, that is what I'm seeing for my group 2s here. If this reading resonated, please do leave a like on this video. You know, comment down below what you thought about it. If you have any suggestions for future videos, feel free to drop that as well. You know, check out all of my links down below in the description box, especially if you would like to help out and support the channel in any way. That would be absolutely fantastic. And so, yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. For all of you who picked group 3 with the Aquamarine stone, let's go ahead and see what the cards have to say about the rest of your 2019. And so, we got the 7 of Cups. We have the King of Wands. Oh, wow. We have the King of Cups, too. And then we have card 20, Judgment. Wow. Okay. This is an interesting group. So when I initially see this, I get a strong sense that, you know, there could be somebody coming into your life in these final 4 months of September. A very strong masculine energy, possibly. You know, maybe you're trying to make a choice about it. Maybe this is representative of 2 different people. And so, again, whether you're male or female, doesn't matter. You know, this just represents, again, the energy of the masculine. And so, again, you could possibly trying to make a choice between these 2 people, or it's just you with the 7 of Cups. You've been in this, you know, this mind space of trying to, again, make a decision about, you know, what you're doing. It's a very dreamy, kind of filled with illusions kind of state of mind. You're kind of just up in the clouds with all these different options and not knowing, you know, what roads lead to positive things, what things don't lead to positive things, and being very confused about that. And so, again, we have that element of the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is somebody who is very emotionally stable, not quite as emotional as like the Queen of Cups, but very much in control. You know, he is the king of obviously his island here. He's somebody who's very good with business, with the arts, with the sciences, all of those aspects, really balancing out. Having a little bit of a romantic nature, because again, it is the cups, so that is going to lead back to romance. And then with the King of Wands, that is passion, it is fire, it is conquering, it is not being afraid of challenges. Embrace the challenges, because, you know, he knows how much you learn from that. Yeah, so again, both of these elements are going to represent somebody who is a power figure in your life, you know, especially with, you know, we're looking at the King of Cups right now, you know, who keeps a little bit, you know, he's somebody who could keep a little bit of emotional distance, no matter what the relationship. He may be supportive, even loving, but also a little wary of getting involved. He is wise and experienced, after all, and knows that love can be complicated. If the king represents you, this might be a good time to take a closer look at your interactions with others. Are you willing to help out as long as you don't have to get too close? If you are holding your heart a little too safe, perhaps it's time to leave the island and come join the rest of the world. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe you've been too up in the Seven of Cups trying to figure things out, and you need to kind of come back to reality. Are you facing a multitude of choices? If the Seven of Cups appears in your reading, it probably means two things. One is that there really isn't a bad option. No matter which one you choose, things are going to turn out fine. And two, it's time to make a decision already. Just pick one and get on with things. You're not getting any younger sitting there trying to make up your mind. Again, I feel like you guys might be a lot of this kind of like King of Cups energy, and you're kind of just sitting there trying to make a decision on something. And again, you're not going to make a bad decision. It's like not... The monsters you're perceiving that might be hiding in these cups are just that. They're just a imaginative kind of thing, and so you just need to kind of release it. Don't worry so much about it. Just make the decision and go with it. Again, you're going to learn from the challenges anyway. No matter how good or how bad the situation is, it's always going to lead to some challenges, but are you really going to let the possibility of hardships, of challenges, stop you from getting all the blessings that come along with it? I mean, that's kind of the thing that's coming up to me here. So, yeah, and with the King of Wands, it's all about planning for the future and act right now, putting in the action. So this is the thought and this is the action, and you need to really embrace that action. Who is controlling your life and dictating the way your future will unfold? Is it you or someone else? If so, is he helping or hurting you? Don't hand over your own power without a good reason. Although it's fine to take help from someone who is in a position to give you a push in the right direction. Is there some area of your life where you need to step up and take charge? If so, now is probably the time to do it. So again, I feel like for a lot of you, you're trying to make some sort of life decision, and you've been thinking about it for way too long. Again, all of these piles so far have been having kind of a similar feel about it for the rest of 2019. So again, if you're attracted to more than one pile, definitely go and watch the other one, because it might help to clarify this a little bit. But yeah, it's all about taking the action. Again, look towards the future. Maybe not plan for the future, but stop just sitting there kind of looking and imagining what your future could be when you can take the action to actually make it happen. So finally, we have Judgment. And it's funny, it's the message of here we go again with Judgment. Where has your path led you, and where will it lead you now? Are you following your own music or dancing to someone else's tunes? So again, we have a double message here kind of going with that. So I would really question, who is it currently in your life? And, are you listening too much to what they're dictating that you should be doing instead of really following your own calling? Like, kind of question what's going on there with that. I feel like, the Judgment card is here to remind you to listen to your own inner wisdom. It can also be a suggestion that you are judging yourself too harshly or taking others' judgments on you to heart. If this card shows up in your reading, it may be an indication that it's time to let go of the old and embrace the new. Rebirth and renewal await if you're willing to go down the path that will take you to them. Exactly. This is a Scorpio energy. It's related to the planet of Pluto, which of course is, Scorpio's planet. So we have that butterfly appearing. So yeah, rebirth. Starting again, following your own path. That's what this is all about. I definitely feel like there's, for you guys more so with any of the other groups, there's a strong indication here that, there's somebody else involved in this. There's some second party here that is kind of, either they're coming into your life and they could be very beneficial to help you kind of push you in the right direction and kind of get you moving, making your decision, or it's somebody currently already in your life that you need to set a certain boundary with, like, hey, thank you so much for the advice that you're giving me, but like, I need to follow my own tune, march to my own song kind of situation. But let's go ahead and check out your other cards to see, maybe clarify this situation some more. And so we have card 36 with the green corn moon with patience. Why do I want to say this green corn moon just recently happened. Let's see. Patience. So but I'm definitely getting off that. Again, I feel like you maybe are a little bit frantic with that Seven of Cups. Like, you really want to, like, decide something, but you keep going around and around your head, and you're, like, looking at all these different options. But, like, if I pick this one, this could lead to this. But if I pick this one, it could lead to this. It's, like, kind of this crazy, frantic energy. And I feel like, again, you kind of need to zoom in and focus on just one. And then have patience with yourself. This red balloon is really standing out to me, too. So it's, like, I don't know why it is, but maybe pay attention to that for some reason. You have patience with yourself. Again, even if you still think you need to make a decision about something, pick that decision and then be patient with it. Because again, it might not be the case where you finally decide on the thing, and then you might have the expectation like, oh, I made the decision, now everything just falls into place and it's just gonna bam happen like that. Like, no, have patience. It's like, now you've made the decision, now you need to take the steps to actually have that come to fruition. But stick with it. Have patience. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. Exactly. I feel like that's what you're so worried about. You're so focused on the destination of like what this thing is, what the outcome of this choice is going to be, instead of focusing more on the journey. It's like you're gonna just pick your destination, but then don't think about it anymore. Don't think about the destination and just think about the journey of each little step that you're going on. And you might be surprised to find that along on the journey, your course completely changes, but it's something way more fulfilling for you. So yeah, the time has come to learn patience and avoid the lure of instant gratification. Slow down. Take your time. Things are happening. You just can't see it yet. Be loving and patient with your body. Exactly. Patience is a kind of faith in foreseeing. And so the stone for this is definitely the stone of jade. And let's also clarify, when does this green corn moon happens? In August. I was right. I knew. So yes, this happened. This was the full moon that we had right now in August. So that was the Aquarian full moon. And so that was a really powerful full moon. And a lot of things have been happening here in August. So, this whole situation could have been brought up in this month already. And so it's time to move towards some patience and some clarity. Things have changed for you. The universe has changed some things for you, and now just trust the journey that they're sending you on. I feel like in some ways they might have made the decision for you, which you now need to like recognize and choose, like, yeah, okay, that's probably the path I need to go on. And so just trust in the journey that you're now taking. And so next up we have the crystal that might be useful for you to use for the rest of this 2019 for these next 4 months. And we have fluorite. So who needs it? The perpetual distracted. Anyone with a vision worth sticking to. Exactly. What you have in mind, the strongest vision in your mind, it's worth sticking with it. Have patience and don't get distracted by other things, like thinking, oh, but this option looks so nice, let me go in for that. Like, no. Stick with your conviction. If you decided on one thing, stick with it and keep going, because it's going to lead to something. So where to put it? Wherever you find yourself constantly tempted to check your phone, i.e. anywhere you have Wi-Fi access. When to use it? When you want to take an uninterrupted 20 minutes to meditate, an hour to finish a book, or a lifetime to concentrate on your unique calling here on earth. Sharpen your focus. And wasn't that what I was talking about with this? It's like, I feel like it's just zooming in and like, getting a tighter focus on something. And that's what this is about. Exactly, guys. It's all adding up already with your cards. I love when that happens. And so next up we have the card 1 with the mermaid with the pink lotus flowers. So let's get some clarity on this card. Again, I'm getting the sense that maybe this is about, so the message, I was getting the sense of, again, it's kind of tying into the idea of rebirth, I feel like. And again, with this fluorite and this patience, and sure enough, divination message is make an effort to relax. Stop what you're doing and take a deep breath. It's time to relax. You are not selfish, and that could be a blessing. Helping your loved ones is an important part of who you are, but sometimes it's okay to set aside your worries and about others and take some time for yourself. Maybe you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. Try not to let it wear you down. Instead, try these relaxation techniques to improve your health and well-being. So, the first one is close your eyes and imagine a personal paradise. What do you see, hear, and feel? Let yourself become engulfed in these sensations. Allow your breathing to become slow and even, and notice your energy flow throughout your body. This will help you feel refreshed and rejuvenated. The second one is take a hint from our mermaid friend and let yourself be soothed by calming water. A walk near a beach or a lake, or a rest near a bubbling fountain can bring inner tranquility. Also, I would suggest taking a relaxing bath. 3, what are you finding it difficult to relax? A change in environment can be most helpful in reducing stress. A short getaway for some pampering at a spa could just be what your body and mind need to chase away that stress. So again, it's a message of taking some self-care, basically. Which is a message that's coming up pretty much, I feel like, for everybody in this reading, for all these piles. It's just take more self-care. It's always something that, we can get very caught up in the stream of life and kind of get distracted and not take the time to sort of stop, breathe, and, check in with yourself to see how you are feeling. Do you need more self-care? Do you need a moment to relax and breathe? It might help to, clear out your mind here with all these overwhelming choices. And in fact, when you get quiet, when you get relaxed, when you get into sort of a meditative state, especially if somehow, it totally happens when you're meditating, a thought crosses your mind, pay attention to which one, because maybe it's related to what you're making a decision about. And if that is the one thought that comes through is one of those choices you've been thinking about, maybe that's the one you need to invest time in. And so you guys got 2 of these messages. So we have card 11, what is that? Acclimate, accept where you are. And then we have enter the silence and listen, card 39. Again, going back to that meditative state right here. So let's go ahead and talk about these cards for a bit. And so, especially when I see this card 11, immediately what's coming to mind is starseed. So that might be significant for some of you. Maybe you're a Laugh Path 11, but what this card is really talking about is sometimes you may feel like a stranger in a strange land with nothing in common with those around you. Oh my God, I was just saying starseed, and that's totally like how starseeds feel. Integrate into your community and surroundings, even if you feel different. Dedicated interaction could act as a catalyst for you and for them to explore new territory. Exactly. Be in the present. Be in the here and now. Don't be so focused about where you're not currently. We also have card 39. Which is talking about notice the obvious. Still your mind and connect with the spirit of place. Again, there's an emphasis with both of these. Connecting with the place that you currently are at. That might hold the key to what you're trying to seek out here. This is the way to see and feel devic energies that surround every living thing. The message may be a clairaudient or visual. So again, you might see like literal visions in your mind, because you are clairvoyant in that way, or you're clairaudient. Again, we have that emphasis on music, listen and follow your own beat. And then we have the card, you are worth it, card 23. Again, this goes back to self-care, kind of getting away, going on a little journey to find some peace and quiet, I feel like. And so see what else. We also have the reappearance of the lotus here. So yeah, The only way you can accept, respect, and cherish others is by accepting, respecting, and cherishing you. Accept praise and credit when it's given to you. When you learn to be accepting, you allow your true potential to blossom. You claim your worth and reflect the light to others. When you see yourself in this light, other people cannot help but respond to your personal sense of value. As you strive toward more self-love, each day you will find yourself infused with new energy. It is okay to walk away from relationships that minimize or hurt you. Enjoy and love who you are. Again, I feel like that maybe a little bit. For some of you who picked this pile, you might be currently in some sort of relationship, romantic or otherwise, that is not good for you. And maybe it's time for you to take, a step away from it. And kind of be in your own space, be with just you and understand and reconnect with who you are and sort of away from whoever this other person is. And sure enough, we got Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Again, there's so much emphasis on that for you guys. Sort of peace, tranquility is really necessary for you for the rest of 2019. And so, yeah, let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. If you've been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the Broken Arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by this situation or the people involved, because this is only working against you. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you and taking you lovingly forward. Exactly. I feel like you guys maybe are a group who feel, again, this may not resonate for everybody, but if you are in this sort of relationship with somebody who is very dominant in nature, you feel very dependent on them because maybe they kind of dictate your decisions and like what you should be doing. Again, it might be, it may not be sort of in trying to be mean or controlling, but just trying to give you what they perceive as your best path. And again, while they're trying to be, for some of you, it could be the case that they're trying to be helpful, but really what they're doing is they're really hampering you and they're confusing you even more. Because deep down inside, your inner voice, even your angelic guides and stuff, are trying to communicate, telling you where you're supposed to go. And again, you're kind of getting distracted and overwhelmed by this other person, this very dominant energy, kind of trying to tell you. And again, you need to shift your focus here, I feel like. Again, that might not resonate for everybody, but let's go ahead and see what the next card is. Oh my God. And we have Moon cycles. Again, everything is a cycle. Everything, change is always happening. It's going to keep happening. Things do not stay consistent. And even if you have been in a situation that is very, you perceive as very good or very fulfilling, it's like, while it is good for a time at the certain point that you are on your journey, you change, you grow as a person, and now that may not be as satisfying as before. So you just need to make the decision to keep moving forward. Again, with this card, it's after an arduous journey, Moon appears to indicate that you are coming to the end of a phase. See, cycles begin and end and begin again, and that was definitely tied to this green corn moon. It's like that was definitely marked for a lot of people, the end of a certain cycle. I definitely feel that that's the case for you. You're moving into something new, and again, it might be kind of overwhelming because you don't know where exactly it is you could be moving forward to. But again, just have patience, trust on the journey. Follow the journey, not the destination. Cycles begin and begin again, but in a new form. Patterns repeat until the lessons have been fully understood and learned. As you step into this new phase, be expectant and full of anticipation, for you will not wish to go over old ground again. New opportunities await, so be vigilant. Outcomes lie in your hands. Call down the moon as she embraces you in her soft, luminous glow. Bathe under the pure feminine and restorative energy she immerses with you. Recharge your working crystals under her full presence and go sky clad in honor of the triple goddess who watches over you as the moon rules your emotions. Never forget that she also lives within you as you work in conjunction with her phases, honoring at all times your new, full, and dark aspects of maiden, mother, and crone. Really interesting that it's bringing up the feminine energy, because again, we have these two really strong, dominant, I feel like, masculine energies. So this might be a call for you to connect more to your feminine element, or maybe you yourself are a feminine. So it's like you need to kind of reconnect with that. Again, there needs to be balance here. Yeah, open up and be receptive to your feminine side. Your emotions are ruled by the moon phases. Harness the moon's energy and understand her phases for your magical work. Work in conjunction with the triple goddess. That is the message here. So I feel like the masculine is confusing the feminine here for some reason. That's definitely what I'm getting the sense of. It's like the masculine is confusing the feminine and hampering action. So the confusion needs to be cleared. There needs to be balance restored to the masculine and feminine so that action can be moved forward in a balanced and productive way. And again, it will require patience. That's just the message I'm getting through. Again, that might not resonate for everybody. So next up, we have follow your dreams. Oh my God. That is crazy, guys. I mean, look at that. Literally, follow your dreams. Whatever it is, what is your dream? Just don't worry about all the other options or the other opinions that people are throwing at you. What is your dream? Follow it. Don't doubt it anymore. Don't try to hide from it. Just go for it. Take that leap of faith. So, let's see what other messages are coming from this. We all have dreams, little wistful longings, and big passionate desires. Whether your dreams are about successful careers or enduring love, or just having a chocolate cake for dessert, simply thinking about them is unlikely to make them happen. It's okay to daydream about things that don't really matter, marrying a prince or becoming a rock star, but if your dreams are important to you, you're going to have to actively pursue them in order to make them come true. Of course, it can be scary to go after your dreams, since you might fail or they might not live up to your expectations, but if you don't try, you'll never know, will you? Exactly. That's exactly what this message, that is the perfect message for this group here. Just follow your dreams. Again, you guys have a very imaginative mind with the 7 of Cups here. It's like that, there's no doubt about that. You like to daydream. You probably daydream a lot. I can relate, but again, if you're daydream, it's okay to daydream about fantastical things like, going to Hogwarts or something like that. That's just what came into mind. But if you keep constantly daydreaming about, oh, if I could do this, or I could, do this job, or, I want to meet somebody who is like realistic and, for my betterment, it's like, put action towards those, because those are the things that can actually be achieved. You might not, you could probably go to the amusement park that is Hogwarts, but actual physical Hogwarts, again, that was kind of a it's just a story, so it's that understanding that difference. And then again, it's all about getting back to action here. I talked about with the moon here, you need to embrace the feminine. Again, you also need to embrace the masculine. I feel like there's kind of this, again, a lot of confusion between the two with this group. So it's like, whether that's actually physically happening in your relationships or it's happening inside you, I feel like there's way too much conflict between the masculine and the feminine. Both are kind of vying for power and trying to be the more dominant, when really there needs to be a balance struck. Because the masculine is that action forward, and the feminine is, again, it's the ideas, it's the concepts. You need those ideas and concepts in order to make sense of the action. So what else? Figure out which one of your dreams is the one you want the most. Then take one concrete step following that dream. There you go. That's your action. This is so related. Exactly. I'm going to repeat it again because I feel like it's so important. Figure out which one of your dreams is the one you want the most. Then take one concrete step toward following that dream. Exactly. What dream is the most important one? Pick it. Go for it. Don't worry about it if it's, if your dream is to get, the love of your life, then don't worry about judgments of other people like, oh, why aren't you focusing on career? Again, screw what other people are thinking. Again, follow your dream. If you want to start your own business, follow your dream. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be a singer, if you want to be a dancer, if you want to go and be a scientist, a journalist, whatever it is, if you want to just go travel the world, then do it. Take concrete steps towards making it happen. Follow your dream. Exactly. Yeah, so this card is not a so subtle hint that it's time to stop dreaming and start acting. Or perhaps if you've taken action already, it's a sign that you're on the right path. You know better than anyone. Which do you think it is? Exactly. Sometimes we need an extra little push to step up to the courage to follow our dreams. Magical work can give us that. If you have access to a bonfire, light a fire and write your dream down on a piece of paper. Throw the paper into the fire and visualize the sparks flying out into the universe and carrying your dreams with them. Alternatively, if you can't do that, take a votive candle and scratch a word or two describing your dream into the wax. As it burns down, that will send the energy out into out in the same way. Open your heart to the possibility of success, knowing that your gods have heard your message. So that's the different messages I've felt, actions to take in regards to this card when it comes up. And so I definitely felt like reading that for you guys. Interestingly enough, you guys also got a double message when it comes to your healing cards. So we have literally card 21, healing, and then we have card 34, entrapment. So this is what you need to work on for the rest of this 2019, and hopefully by the end of 2019, these issues will be cleared up. And so let's go ahead and talk about them. Starting with this overall sense of healing for 21. So this is talking about illness and pain in your body is a message for you to slow down, look within, and make important changes. If you're experiencing stress, feel overwhelmed, or suffering, again, that's come up for you guys so much. You guys are definitely a group who might be feeling very overwhelmed about something, and so you need to work on that. Are suffering an ailment in your body or feel exhausted and depressed, it means that your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body wants you to start treating it with more loving manner and listening to the messages it is sending you. Again, this message of you are worth it. Take time to do that self-care. Same with this mermaid with the pink lotus, self-care. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you are avoiding or suppressing. Didn't we get that message somewhere else here as well? Healing takes time. It is a process. Your first step towards healing is to create a safe, loving, supportive environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom. And I'm also going to go ahead and show on the screen the action to take for this. So go ahead and read that. I'm definitely feeling for this group for you guys, I definitely want to give you all the information because I feel like you guys need it. So again, pause this if you need time to read this over, make notes. And so let's go ahead and continue on with this entrapment card, which again, I feel like for some of you definitely applies to what I was sort of seeing with this very dominant male energy here. So entrapment. Are you letting too many things in your environment control your life? You have drawn this card because it's time to shift in personal power. You are encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking and that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system, daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstances in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, your abusive background, the interest rates, the bank's fault. The system that many ultra successful people use is they read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements, and form relationships with like-minded people. So again, it goes back to that need of self-care, self-worth. And so again, I will show on screen the action to take in regards to this card, so you guys can pause this, read it, take notes if need be, if you want to go ahead and do this action in regards to these healing cards. I definitely feel for you guys it could be very useful. And so let's go ahead and wrap up your reading. So again, I feel like for you guys, let go of any negative mindsets. Really question about, who are you giving your power to? And, do that self-care. Make a decision, follow it, have patience, enjoy the journey. Don't worry so much about where the destination is. Follow your dreams. Take active steps every single day to better yourself and make your dreams come true. Even if it's as simple as, again, reading a certain book, studying up on a subject, doing what you need. I feel like, again, it's a really strong emphasis on finding balance between the masculine and feminine for you, whether that's in your physical relationships or it's internally. It might be both for some of you. For some of you who are in certain relationships where it's like there's somebody who's very dominant over you and is kind of dictating what you should be doing, I feel like it would be very beneficial to at least kind of for a time get some distance from that individual and kind of just reconnect with yourself. Again, get focused, focus in, be peace. I feel like, especially if this is a person that you've had arguments with recently, things will improve as long as there's, peaceful communication and working on that. Again, follow your own song. Listen to any sort of clairvoyant or clairaudient messages you get for these next few months. And so, that's what I definitely seeing from you guys with this particular group. If this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below what you thought about it. You can check out all my other various links down in the description, especially if you would like to help and support this channel and its growth and all that good stuff. Share the video if you want to also spread the word. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. All right, for my fourth and final group with the blue calcite, let's go ahead and see what your cards have to say about the rest of your 2019. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we have the Two of Pentacles. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Page of Cups. Okay. So let's talk about that Five of Wands first and foremost, because that's always the card of kind of, fives are always about some sort of conflict, about changes that are happening in your life. And so, especially with the Five of Wands, it's always sort of a conflict amongst groups of people or a change happening with a group of people. So that could be friend groups, it could be work colleagues, and everybody's kind of disagreeing, or they're trying to communicate their own opinion, but again, it's happening all at once. Everybody's sort of talking at the same time. This floor is burning down there, everything's overflowing, but nobody's really concentrating on it because they're too busy kind of in this argument. And so the problem here is like everybody's trying to get their opinion out, but nobody's actually listening and nobody's paying attention to this burning floor here. It's like, Jesus. So I feel like for you guys, it's so important for the rest of this 2019 not to get caught up in these kind of arguments. Like if there's friends group, if there's family, whatever, don't get in the middle of it. If you do have to get in the middle of it, be sort of the neutral party here. Try to be the voice of reason. Try to get everybody to sort of stop. I'm just going to say it because it came to mind. Stop, shut up, and let's communicate one at a time so that we can try to resolve this issue and get this floor to stop burning. Sometimes it's hard to work with other people. Other times it's impossible. So with the Five of Wands showing up in your reading, it probably means that you're dealing with some kind of chaotic situation involving other people. Family, coworkers, friends. Whoever it is, they clearly aren't playing nice together. Are you? Maybe you can be the peacemaker, exactly. The one who helps everyone come together in a more productive way. Maybe this situation can't be resolved, and you would be better off walking away. Sadly, you can't make other people behave reasonably, but you can make sure that you aren't making things worse by letting your ego or pride get in the way of cooperating. You wouldn't do that, would you? Exactly. So that just totally matches up with what I was already saying. Again, try to be the peacemaker in this situation, because I feel like you are kind of a peaceful person. And again, this kind of goes back to, we also have the Page of Cups here. So I feel like if this situation is happening, like, maybe it can't be resolved, so we're just gonna walk away from it and we're gonna focus on what's happening here. Okay, like that's just what I'm feeling here for some reason. It's kind of funny. I don't know why. And like I'm just like, it's kind of just like a funny, stupid situation. I feel like what these people are arguing about is like so minuscule. It's just like in the grander scheme of things, it just doesn't matter or something. And it's just like, you're like, I'm done with this. I'm going to move away from it because it's too much. Like, you already have too much on your plate as it is. Because we have the Two of Pentacles here. Like, you're trying to balance your shit out. you're trying to balance shit out. And so it's like, you don't need to deal with this. It's like too much fiery people talking all at once. It's like, no, I need to get back and focus and get my balance back. Because again, with this Two of Pentacles, that's what you're working on. It's about balance. It's about making a choice, making a decision, because it's that two. It could also be partnership. Not so much with the Two of Pentacles, but the number two usually talks about, it could talk about partnership. It talks about balance. And so I feel like for you, it's about getting this inner peace, this inner balance with everything around you, especially in your material world. I feel like not getting distracted by all these little things that are kind of annoying, and they're like, you get too distracted with them and then you can't focus on your bigger projects, your bigger focus. And so you need to make that choice to, focus on your projects, do it, especially because we have something like the Nine of Pentacles here. And so financially speaking, I feel like there's a lot of things that are coming towards you for the end of 2019 that could be very long-lasting, beneficial in that way. Because again, with the Two of Pentacles, it's like you're focusing, you're getting your things together, and you're finally, understanding the balancing act. It's a reminder to be a little bit more focused and attentive on balance. Are you working too much and playing too little? Is all your focus on one area of your life to the detriment of the other? So again, even like if you're too focused on, this could definitely be a part of it here. Like if you're too focused on your work and material things, and your relationships are suffering, and there could be a lot of fights, this is becoming a little bit clear. For some of you who picked this pile, you've been too focused on your work, on what it is you're working on achieving, that your relationships around you are suffering because of it, because you're not taking enough time. And because of that, it's like sort of these individuals are being left to their own devices, which means that, and then they don't play well, they're not playing well together. And so again, you kind of need to get balance again and realize that you have to devote some time to these relationships and be the peacemaker, because that is your role in that situation. You are the peacemaker, and so you keep things running smoothly on that front. I just got the image of like a working mom for some reason, like so focused on career, and then like been really, really busy on that front, and so like home life is kind of suffering. Again, don't beat yourself up so much, because if you're a working mom, like you got so much on your plate already, it's like, don't beat yourself up over it. It's just like, these people need to work their own shit out too. I think you guys get what I mean on that front. Like, just don't stress out too much. It's like, you can't do everything yourself. And so sometimes, these people need to pull their head out of their ass and realize like they need to work on their own shit too. That's just the message I'm getting on that front. Again, that might not resonate for everybody, but anyway, that could definitely be the one case here. Again, it's the case where it's like, whatever the situation represents, it's not worth your time. It's like, you need to focus on your own balance on things. This is kind of something that is just, it's not going to resolve. Your involvement is not going to resolve anything. So just focus on what you're doing, get your balance. And so we also have the Knight of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like in that regards, I immediately think there's an offer coming in with the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be, because I really pick up on that, his arm outreach with this pentacle in his hand. It's like, giving you this opportunity, presenting it to you. So again, this could represent maybe an opportunity in work, in your material world, how you make money, or it can be maybe an offer of love, because this is a Knight of Pentacles, so it could represent definitely a different person in your life, a masculine. And, it's really all about slow and steady wins the race. So, it could represent, a twofold kind of suggestion. One is that it's time to make changes and move forward in your life. And two, that you need to do So cautiously and methodically, checking into all your options before making a final decision on which direction to take. Are you rushing into something too fast? Is this a reminder to take a breath and slow down? Not moving at all for fear of getting it wrong? Then consider whether or not you have all your ducks in a row. And if you do, then take the first step in a new direction, confident in your own ability to handle whatever comes. Keep your eye on the prize further down the road, starting with small steps if that is all you can do right now. If the Knight of Pentacles is someone else, then you can probably depend on this person to help you get where you want to go. Just try to be patient because it isn't going to happen overnight. Again, the Knight of Pentacles with the earth element, this is slow moving earth energy. And so, but with that slow moving energy, it's also long lasting stability. So again, I feel like, this could be somebody coming in to help you in your career. This could just represent you finally making the action to go make a change, but doing so in a steady, slow pace, really making sure that, you're doing everything right and correct in the right manner. Or again, possibly a romance, somebody coming in to offer themselves to you because they see, your beauty, your worth, and they want to build something with you, strong on that building element. And then finally, we got the Page of Cups. And of course, I love this image. Not that should be anybody's surprise. If you follow my channel or my YouTube, my Instagram, then you know why. But with this Page of Page of Cups, I definitely see that you guys are very artistic. You're very creative. You're very imaginative, and your inspiration is really coming through. You're really following your inspiration, and this is also very romantic as well because the Page of Cups in general usually point towards romance. And so, it's representing a young person in our lives, possibly, our children, our students, for instance, but it could also stand for a certain frame of mind. Are you someone who is constantly running from one new enthusiasm to another? You may be the Page of Cups. If so, you want to ask yourself if this approach is working for you or not. Have you been stuck in a rut? Then maybe the Page of Cups is just what you need to give you the push in a new direction. So there's kind of an emphasis of that in both of these so far, and that kind of like taking a new direction with something, and you need a bit of element of both of these, where you need the steady, you need the grounded earth element, but then also you need that kind of enthusiastic, just kind of like I'm gonna go with the flow water element of the Page of Cups. Again, this is somebody who's reigniting their creativity, their imagination, and also their heart, like opening their heart again to new possibilities on that front, especially romantically, I feel like. So let's go ahead and move now on to the rest of your cards, because we got a lot of cards to go through. But I don't know. This is an interesting group. So let's see what's next. Oh my God. We have card 35, the Thunder Moon. Literally, change. Change is coming. Change has been coming for a lot of people, especially since August. Lots of stuff has happened in August that has caused a lot of change. And so for you guys, it's still happening. And you still need to embrace it, but make sure to keep your balance in that. And so let's first talk about the Thunder Moon, because when does the Thunder Moon happen? Let's see. So the Thunder Moon happens in July. So this could be a sign that maybe something that happened in July is going to come back up for the rest of 2019 that you need to work on. It could be this change. Maybe that change was initiated in July, and now it's like you're going to really be seeing it. Again, it's that slow moving energy, so it needed time. So you might, again, see it sometime towards here at the end of 2019, or it means that by next July, you will have completed through this change or something along those lines. So let's go ahead and get more specific with this card and its message. So with the Thunder Moon, it says, accept change. Life, like the seasons, is about change. Take advantage of change energy. Plan ahead. That's that earth energy, planning ahead, and just embrace the change. Go with it. The companion stone is serpentine, so that might be a good one for you to use. Also, what's really standing out to me here, it's talking about in autumn, the nights grow longer and there's a chill when darkness falls that wasn't there just weeks before. The breeze that blows is no longer balmy. The birds we've been watching all summer seem to have packed up and left, and in their place, new species appear to strut their stuff. We begin to dress with more layers, and we may even hunger for different foods. All these are signals of change. In spring, it's all about waking up and warming up, and the opposite happens. So again, it's bringing up the autumn. So I definitely feel like more so for you guys, I think this change is really happening with the shifting of seasons from changing from summer to autumn for the rest of this year. And so just go with it. Embrace it. Don't fear it. Next up, we have the crystal that might be useful for you guys to use for the rest of this 2019, and we have tourmaline quartz. So who needs it? Anyone in need of a psycho-spiritual scrub. Where to put it? Wherever you intend to shine your brightest. When to use it? When it's time to shed a light on the vices, victims, and vampires in your life. Once you have a clear view of their whereabouts, it's much easier to kick them back to the gutter where they belong. Restore your perfect life. So again, I feel like this is a call to protect your energy, protect your aura, especially when you're dealing with these Five of Wands element, these people, because they could represent, psychic vampires, again, people who are kind of burning out your light. And so you just need to, up your protection on that front. Keep things moving on that way. So next up we have card 33, Mermaid Mother and Child. So immediately when this card popped up, I immediately thought that maybe you are a mother. Again, that working mom, single mom kind of thing. And again, if you are a mother or something, or maybe even a father, we're changing seasons. We're currently in August, which means it's back to school season, which means a lot of hectic things going on, dealing with a lot of stuff, all of that kind of thing. So just kind of keep the balance, make sure you're giving enough self-care to yourself and all of that. So let's go ahead and get more specific with this card. So card 33. So the divination meaning of this is heed maternal advice. Be attentive to advice from a trusted elder family member. A maternal figure from an older generation has much wisdom to offer when you need it the most. Be humble. Now is the time to listen and absorb. You may not hear what you want to hear, but rest assured you will hear what you need to hear. So listen with an open mind and with the assurance that the years of experience lie behind the words of wisdom you will receive. Be receptive in many venues. The advice may come in the form of a personal visit, an unexpected call, or in any number of forms of communication. While you should be responsive, do not actively pursue this advice. It must come unbridled if it is to be sincere. Okay, so straight up from that, an image that came to mind, especially when we had that Page of Cups talking about a youthful individual. For some of you who picked this pile, you might be, say, under the age of 18. You're still in school, or maybe you're under the age of 18, or maybe you're in college. Like, you could be an adult, but you're still like going through school or something like that. Like, you're still a young person, okay? Like, that's not to say even there's people who are like 60 who still feel like a young person inside, but like physically your age could be much younger. Okay, so you're still maybe living at home with your family, or you're underage, whatever it may be, you're going through school, you're still learning a lot. So with this card here, it definitely says that, there could be somebody, a family member, somebody older than you who's going to give you advice. And again, you're this youthful energy. And I feel like this person they could be an earth sign maybe with that Knight of Pentacles, because I feel like this is the person, they're a little bit older than you here. And so they're going to give you some advice. Don't ask for advice. Don't be expecting advice. You're just working your own thing, but accept the advice when it comes. Listen to it. Don't be, argumentative about it with that Five of Wands. Don't try to fight them on the advice. Just accept the advice they give, put it in the back of your mind. Even if you don't necessarily agree with it at the moment, just keep it in the back of your mind, because maybe it's going to help you with some sort of change that's going to happen coming up. Now, as far as those who are not obviously, that doesn't resonate for you. You're older, you're a full adult, you have children of your own. Again, the same could definitely apply. Somebody who is older than you, somebody in your family who is maternal, who's a parent possibly, might give you some advice. Again, same rules apply. I feel like even if you don't necessarily agree with the advice right off the bat, especially because it's coming unasked for, it's going to be sincere in that way, which means you might not like it. Don't just immediately dismiss it or like cause a fight over it. Just kind of like, okay, I hear you. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to listen to it right at this moment, but maybe it'll be useful like later down the road where some bigger change happens. Okay, that's just what I'm getting off that. So let's go ahead and carry on with the rest of the cards. And we have Illumination, card 33. Are you kidding me? Look at that. I love when that happens. Look at that. We have 2 cards that are 33. 33 here, 33 here. So I definitely feel like these two, and that's kind of what I got when this came up, was that these two are related somehow. So let's go ahead and see what this is talking about. The number 3 and 33 might be very significant for you. So it says, align your spirit with source. Remove blockages and permit insights and inspiration to enter. This will allow you to infuse spirit into matter, and any project can benefit from this process. Any project. So I feel like some of you are working on some sort of project. You're going to get some illumination, some messages. So a big part of this, again, I feel like these are connected because it might not be communication advice that is coming from somebody currently alive. It could be coming from an ancestor, somebody who has passed on. Maybe you have a dream. Maybe it's just something weird comes up, but it's going to help illuminate a certain situation, a certain project that you're working on. Listen to it for sure. That's definitely what I'm getting off now with this card combo. So yeah, be very attentive to any sort of signs, synchronicities, dreams, clairaudience, clairvoyant sort of messages you get, especially if you feel like it's connected to a passed on loved one, an ancestor, your spirit guides even, but definitely I'm getting a strong sense of that family lineage, that family line here between these 2 cards. So next up, we have card 32, trust your own understanding. Exactly. Removing the masks, I feel like. So with this card, the information you're receiving is reliable and accurate. So yeah, whatever you're getting, especially divinely guided in your intuition, trust it. Trust it because it's correct. It is accurate. Look deeply into the situation before making any commitments. Again, that was kind of coming up with these other cards. Think about that. You have the foresight and ability to discern that there's more here than meets the eye. Everything will be revealed in the appropriate time. Don't feel the need to prove yourself. Be patient and allow things to unfold as they will. Trust in your own observations and knowledge. They hold your truth. Exactly. Just kind of roll with the changes. Just roll with them. Don't necessarily reveal your hand yet. Just kind of like see where things go. Watch what these people are talking about, what they're doing, and just kind of like trust your own understanding. Just do it. I feel like that's kind of the energy I'm getting off that. Next up, we have Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. And then you have that tourmaline quartz. So again, really needing to, moving into the rest of this year, protect your energy. Especially when we have something like the 5 of Wands. It could be too easy to get sucked into negative situations because there's so much change happening. So just protect your own energy. Be aware. Have that awareness. So let's go ahead and see more specifically what this card is talking about. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. Exactly. So I feel like there's some situation that's going to make you feel very uncomfortable with that 5 of Wands. And you just need to call in your protection, your guides, your ancestors to be like, hey, I'm not going to let this get to me. I'm going to move away from it. Like, you do you, boo. So, extended message. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is clear as it seems, trust your intuition. Trust your own understanding. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or step out of the situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is the time to call in the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. Wasn't that what I was talking about with like this Five of Wands? It was like, let's just push this away. This is a situation I don't want to deal with. I'm just gonna like go over here and deal with my own things, and like you guys go do over there and do your thing. Like, don't get me involved. Like that's what I'm getting off there. Like, again, even though like you're not getting involved, you're still keeping a very active eye on it from a distance, and like just like making sure that like what's happening there isn't something like that could run away with and like turn into something worse. Almost like kind of like that, the idea of a rumor, like, maybe like these people start saying stuff about you that is like totally untrue because one person says it and then they take it's like the telephone game and it completely changes. Like, keep an eye out for that and make sure like if you see it going, even starting to go in that direction, make sure to step in and like stop it like before it gets any further than that. I feel like that applies to some of you. So keep that in mind, especially if you're, for some reason, that keep in mind, like if you're a younger person and you're like in school, you know how, kids can be, sometimes they can run away with words or whatever and cause problems like that. Make sure like you step up and you defend yourself and make sure like you know who you are and you say it how it is. So next up we have altar, dedication. So again, immediately when that came up, I feel like if you want to work with your ancestors, on your altar, have a little space where you're dedicated to them. Also, what really stood out to me was the figure of the god here on this. It reminded me of Cernunnos. So maybe that's significant for some of you for some reason. So let's go ahead and talk more specifically about this altar, because dedication. So again, I feel like that's, with that Two of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, it's like having a lot of dedication for the work that you're putting in. Again, trusting your own understanding. So yeah, with the altar, now is the time to gather all the tools you have obtained along your way, including that which you have learned and experienced, and bring them all to the table. For you have now the vital ingredients you need to bring about the magic you require. The sacred space that is the altar has presented itself to you. So now is the time for you to realize where your allegiance truly lies. Remove any tendencies for favoring flaky indecision so that you can bear your soul in truth and dedication to that which flows through your veins and sings strong in your heart. Decide upon your path carefully and wisely, and make a full commitment to that which you choose. Then follow through by means of dedication to your choice. Create an altar, offer up prayers and thanksgiving to strengthen your relationship with your allies. You've been dabbling in various lifestyle choices. Choose one that will serve you well and stick to it. Dedicate your house or garden an altar to that which you are spiritually aligned. Focus will bring desired results. So again, it's all about keeping the focus, keeping the balance, and keep driving forward. I feel like also with that Knight of Pentacles, this was talking about bringing all the tools together, and I see, he's got quite the tool belt on him. So again, bring all your tools together and really dedicate yourself to the path you're going on. So finally, we got the second to last card, which is Speak Your Mind. Whew. Yep. That was definitely coming up a lot with you guys. I feel like, speaking your mind, speaking the truth, again, that might be kind of the situation with this Five of Wands. I just picture it like all these people are arguing about something and you just like pop into the room, you just come in a blaze of glory, just speak your truth, you lay it on the line, and then you just walk out like so much sass. Just like you just drop a bomb and you leave everybody speechless in silence and you just walk out. Yeah, this is just like the image I got on my mind. Definitely comment down below if that somehow happens in the rest of this year. Like, I don't know. Is that something that you feel resonates with you? Like, you would do that? Like, I'm just curious. I don't know. For some reason, this pile just makes me smile so much. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like, I don't know. You guys just seem like such fun people. But anyway, with this Speak Your Mind card, this is the air element. And so, it's talking about the element of air rules over speech, probably because our words are carried on our breath. Go ahead, try holding your breath and speaking at the same time. Many of us have a hard time saying what is really on our minds. We either, that's also kind of funny. This crops my mind. I feel like with this group, I was just kind of like letting things fly like out of my mouth in a certain way that I wasn't necessarily doing it with the other groups. So I feel like that kind of is representative of your guys' energies. I feel like you guys, you have that capability. Like, I feel like you're kind of quiet. Like, again, this might not resonate for everybody, but you're kind of quiet at first and you're kind of just watching the situation and then you just let things fly. Like, because you just call it out as it is, and it can shock people sometimes because they just like can't believe like you just perfectly called them out on their shit. And so it's just like, there you go. And it's not even like I feel like the other people are necessarily offended by it because of the way you say it. I feel like you guys have a very eloquent way of speaking for some reason. But yeah, let's continue reading on with this. Yeah, so we either hold back from speaking because of insecurity or fear of causing a fuss, or we speak too freely or clumsily, never quite managing to say what we want in the way we want it to come out. So again, that could be the challenge for some of you, where either you're not speaking enough, or when you do, you're speaking a lot, but it's in a very clumsy way. And so I feel like the potential here for you guys is to be, again, very balanced in a way where you can do both, like so eloquently. Open, honest communication is hard, but it's also the cornerstone of all good relationships, whether personal or professional. So it's worth making the effort to get it right, no matter how difficult that might be. And so, if you're having trouble speaking your mind, try practicing in the mirror or with a friend you trust. If you're going into a difficult situation where you will need to be speaking, ask the element of air to lend you its power and feel that the power with every breath you take. If you pulled this card, it's appeared in your reading here, the universe is probably telling you that you need to speak up. Is there an issue or situation that you've been struggling with? Maybe keeping silent when you've had something important to say? Do you feel as though you're not being heard or at work or your personal relationships? Remember that you can speak your mind politely and assertively without being nasty or argumentative. And again, that was the message here. Don't be argumentative. If you get to speak your mind, that means you have to listen too. But don't let anyone or anything rob you of your own voice. Again, that was also the message here. Because you can speak your truth, that means other people will too. So just make sure that everybody's equally like getting their chance to speak. Let's see what else. You can call on Mercury, the Roman god of eloquence and communication. Mercury carried a staff known as the caduceus. With it, which is a stick with two snakes wound around it, sometimes topped by a pair of wings. If you are going into a situation where you need to be able to speak your mind with strength and conviction, draw or download and print out a picture of a caduceus and write your name across it, asking Mercury to bless the staff and your voice and carry the picture with you when you need it. So it might be interesting even for like the altar space to put in a caduceus, which I found really funny because the previous group before you guys, group 3, they had actually a card with the caduceus in it. So I don't know if maybe for some of you who picked this pile also picked pile 3, there's a synchronicity right there for you. And finally, we get to the last card of your reading, which is the healing card. And so this is hopefully what you're working on healing currently for the rest of this 2019. Hopefully by the end, this situation will be cleared up. And that is card 29, which is Discover Your Life's Purpose. Woo-hoo. So with this card, let's see what it has to say. I definitely feel like, obviously, that is part of what you're kind of working on balancing here. Is like, what is your life's purpose? You're trying to find it. You're going through changes. Maybe what you thought was your life's purpose before no longer aligns because you had this case of illumination, and now it's like, okay, I'm going to just roll with the change and I'm going to do this now. Why not? Because it's all part of steps to get you to your ultimate life purpose, I feel like. So start asking yourself, what is the meaning of your life? As a soul who is having a physical experience, you're here to grow and learn. You're being asked to immerse yourself in this life by expanding, stretching, and understanding your reasons for being here. Nothing is impossible for a soul who is following her or his destiny. Your guides, angels, and higher self are constantly communicating with you through signs, feelings, people's books, etc. Follow your hunches. Again, trust your own understanding. You are being given important guidance, which may show up via a strong feeling to travel somewhere, to speak to someone, attend a seminar, write, paint, etc. You know, no matter how far-fetched your inner guidance is, you need to listen. Your soul's purpose includes a combination of experiences that your mind doesn't understand, but your soul needs to process to learn and grow. Some of these experiences will be enjoyable and heightened. Others will be challenging and cause you to struggle, but through them you will know yourself. Give yourself permission to focus on what really makes your heart sing and put your intensity of emotion into attracting what you desire. So yes, that is definitely the message here for you guys, what you're going to be working on. Again, just go with the flow. Things are happening for the right reasons. Trust your own understanding, the divine sort of communication you're getting. Again, dedication. Just dedicate yourself to what you're doing. Keep on the path and things will work out. You know, speak your truth when you need to. Protect your energy around you, especially moving into the autumn season, I feel like. Make sure that you have, you know, good, strong protection. Use crystals that are grounding and protective, like tourmaline, obsidian, tourmalated quartz, all those good ones. And so, yeah, that's definitely what I was getting off you guys for your reading. If this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. And, you know, also feel free to check all my other various links down in the description if you would like to help support this channel and its growth. And so, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful day.